guys, it's Erin, and it's time for another summer 2013 first impression. You guys may notice a slightly different camera angle and slightly few more boxes. Box! Dave and I are actually moving in about a week and a half, so I've had to start doing boxes and stuff, and the only place I could put it is right where I need to film. So it's a special box edition! Today I'm going to be talking about Watamote, or as it is known by the awesome literal translation, no matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault. I don't have my contacts in, so I'm reading from a screen that's literally this far away from my face and I can't, it's a blur. No matter how you look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. Boom! I've also heard it translated as it's not my fault I'm not popular, which is a little bit easier on the mouth. So I'm either gonna say that or Watamote. So let's get started. It's just hot. It's hot like Satan's balls in here. Watamote follows Tomoko, a teenage girl who is just beginning her adventure as a high school student. Having been completely unpopular in middle school, she's decided that this time things are gonna be different. She has practiced talking to all of the different boys on her love simulator games, but what's the difference, really? As you can imagine, things don't go quite as planned, and thus begins Tomoko's journey of trying to be popular and continually failing at it. Let me start off by saying that I was incredibly excited about this anime because the manga has been recommended to me numerous times, and having a female recluse as the lead is a very refreshing concept. However, now that I've watched it, I am pretty torn up about how I feel about it. The series does what it's aiming to do very well. Tomoko's attempts at trying to change herself for her goal are not only undeniably and hilariously cringeworthy, they're also very relatable for a lot of people, myself included. When I was a teenager, I totally played out the exact conversations I would be having with a boy if I ever talked to one, only when the time came I would brain fart all over the place and come off as a total weirdo creep. Happened more than once, though I can't say I ever puked it myself. Only I did that. But the relatability and truth in Tomoko's actions, as exaggerated as they may be, is just another method for reinforcing the awkwardness that the show thrives on. The majority of the scenes are so incredibly uncomfortable that you actually have to physically fight the urge to not pause and hide your face in your hands at the embarrassment that you yourself feel watching her. However, as uncomfortable as the show can be, it's also super endearing thanks to its female lead. Unsocial and at times slightly a little bit terrifying, Tomoko is offbeat and adorkable. Watching Tomoko try so hard, especially if you can see yourself past or present in her, draws out enough sympathy that every single time she overcomes her anxiety, even if it's in a seemingly minor victory like saying goodbye to her teacher, you feel proud of her. And while humor was most prevalent throughout, the heartbreaking final scene of this episode shows that Watamote is most certainly capable of looking into the darker, more sorrowful sides of anxiety and how it impacts those around us. Unexpectedly, it's shaping up to be much more of a dark comedy as opposed to a slapstick show that uses Tomoko's fails for giggles. But no matter how well written or good the show is, I cannot honestly say that I enjoyed it all that much because of how uncomfortable it made me feel. No, I cannot fault the show for being uncomfortable when I know that it's a show designed to make me feel uncomfortable, just like I can't fault a horror movie for being scary. But I would be completely lying if I said that this was a show I'm looking forward to watching every single week. Granted, I am probably gonna watch the next few episodes because I am genuinely interested to see if Tomoko reaches her dream or not. And I also might have heard that there's a Kuroko no Basuke reference at some point in the future. Moving on to music, the opening theme caught me completely off guard, so much so that I might have physically jumped when it started playing, but it was more like an unexpected dessert because the song is fantastic and the symbolism used throughout the whole minute and 30 seconds is subtly beautiful. Not as big a fan of the ending, but it's still pretty catchy and cute. Also very different from the opening song is the music used throughout the rest of the episode, but it's still suitable for each scene. From the color palette that fluctuates perfectly between light and dark depending on the mood, to the unique character designs of the brother and sister leads, not to mention that awesome opening, Watamote's animation is well done and fitting for the tone of the show. Overall, Watamote is off to a fantastic start for some people. There are awkward moments galore already, so if that's not something you like, you're probably not going to enjoy this series very much. However, it is well written with one of the most quirky female leads in recent anime, not to mention it isn't shying away from more emotional and sadder moments. So as somebody who didn't particularly enjoy the show but is appreciating it for what it is, I would say at least give it a shot because you might end up liking it. Episodes 1 and 2, even though this is a first impression of episode 1 only, are both available on Crunchyroll. If you do not have a Crunchyroll premium account and would like to try it for 14 days for free, there is a link down in the description below for you to click on so you can go and test that out. Okay guys, that is it for my first impression of Watamote, aka it's not my fault I'm not popular, aka as well as I see it, it's no matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault I'm not popular. Nailed it! Just to give you guys a heads up, next week on MangaPod we are actually going to be reading Watamote. We are reading chapters 1 through 43, so if you want to read those, come... Fuzzy. If you want to read those, come and join us next week. MangaPod goes live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/HappiLeeErin. So be sure to join us for that. It should be fun and awkward times. Reliving childhood memories that I'd rather keep in a vault with the key thrown away. And again, I apologize for this clutter that's going on in the background here because, like I said, David and I are going to be moving in the next few weeks, so it's going to make stuff like filming a little bit harder as well. However, I'm also very, very excited because I'm probably going to be getting my own room that has carpet and closer walls, so it won't be as echoey. So I'll keep you guys updated on the move and such. If you do not follow me on any other social network sites, all the links are down below. My Twitter, my Facebook, Tumblr, my anime list, and Crunchyroll profile are all down there. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later.